This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
The San Francisco Giants faced the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field in Chicago for a Sunday afternoon game on May 11th, 1969. The Giants had finished in second place in each of the past 4 seasons under manager Herman Franks, but were looking to finally break through in 1969 under new manager Clyde King. Chicago had some hope in 1969 as well under manager Leo DeRocher. Chicago had finished no higher than 7th place throughout the 1960s, but the past few seasons, DeRocher was able to turn the team around and finish in 3rd place in the National League in both 1967 and 68. This audio recording is from the San Francisco radio broadcast featuring announcers Russ Hodges and Bill Thompson.
San Francisco Giants baseball is on the air. Good afternoon, baseball fans. Ron Simmons along with Russ Hodges and Bill Thompson welcoming you to another ball game from Chicago. Today's game between the Giants and Chicago Cubs is brought to you by the people at Pacific Telephone. To remind you, when it comes to communications, we're here to help. And by the Standard Oil Company of California and its dealers, who invite you to come to Chevron Island to a welcome change of scene. You'll like the spirit. Also by Ruth Atkins, the giant in men's clothing in the West. With 48 locations in the West and Hawaii, there's a Ruth Atkins near you. And by Bergie, the comfortable beer. It's soft water brewed to refresh you and keep right on refreshing. Bergie. Well, the weather's been something here in Chicago. For those of you who were with us Friday, you know that the game was delayed 4 times, 3 after it had started. Rain fell heavily at times during the contest. The Giants finally went on to win it handily. Yesterday rained out completely, and today, well, as of right now, there's some sunshine on the field, but there are dark clouds all the way around. It rained just a couple of minutes ago. The field had been covered right up until infield time. They took infield workout. Then it started raining, and well, the infield itself is in good shape. The outfield is going to be a little slow and heavy today, and we'll probably have some showers along the way. We'll have the starting lineups for you in just one moment. Well, when I look at a crowd like this today enjoying themselves, I realize that spectator sports like baseball demand a crowd. Lots of people add to the fun and excitement of coming out to a game. But seeing all these people reminds me that there are times when crowds are pretty unwelcome. For example, when you're out trying to shop. Now, if you've been out shopping lately, you'll know what I mean. Fighting your way through a lot of people can be pretty tiring. So, I'd like to make a suggestion. Let the yellow pages of your phone book help you out. If I spend a lot of time running from one store to another looking for a product or trying to find some kind of service, you can do your shopping right from your living room. Use the yellow pages. Save your feet and your temper. You'll find everything from A to Z listed in the handy index. Then a few calls and you'll know just where to head. Or maybe you can make arrangements right over the telephone for what you want. So friends, before you make that shopping trip, make a trip to your telephone book and the yellow pages. This broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the San Francisco Giants solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the description and account of this game without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants is prohibited. And if you insist on using them, we'll make you listen to the Chuck Feeney Show. Did I say that last time? I'm sorry. That's twice you've been threatened. Now let that be a warning. The umpires at home plate, Ron Santo and Willie Mays with the lineups, and here are the lineups. For the Giants, Bobby Bonds will lead off and play in center field. Bobby Etheridge at third base, batting number 2. Jimmy Davenport at first base, batting third. Kenny Henderson in left field, batting fourth. Jack Hyatt doing the catching, batting fifth. Bob Berta in right field. He is batting sixth. Don Mason at second base, hitting seventh. Hal Lanier at shortstop, batting eighth. And Ray Sadecki doing the pitching for the Cubs. Don Keppinger at shortstop, leading off. Glenn Beckert at second base, batting number 2. Billy Williams in left field, batting number 3. Ron Santo at third base, batting fourth. Ernie Banks at first base, batting fifth. Randy Hundley, the catcher, hitting sixth. Jim Hickman in right field, batting seventh. Adolfo Phillips in center field, hitting eighth. And left-hander Kenny Holtzman doing the pitching. And now here is our national anthem. Left-hander Kenny Holtzman, 4-1. Makes his eighth start, his first against San Francisco. His last outing was a 7-1 complete game win over the Dodgers. He gave up just 6 hits. He has 3 complete games and 1 shutout to his credit so far. Last season, he was 2-2 against the Giants. He pitched a 2-0 shutout against them when he was in the middle of 3 consecutive shutouts. Overall, in his lifetime, he is 4-3. Sadecki, 2-3, makes his 7th start of the year, his first against the Cubs. 1-2 with Chicago last year. 29 innings against the Cubs. He gave up 7 earned runs for an earned run average of 2.17. Lifetime, he's 14-11 against Chicago. Bobby Bonds will lead off. Ben Buckholder wants us to say hello to the folks in Belmont for him. Because they didn't think he'd dare wear his San Francisco Rooters hat, but he has. Bonds checks his swing, takes a strike on a curveball. One count to Bobby, leading off against the left-hander Holtzman. A 1-strike pitch, a curve, strike 2. Holtzman has had great stuff. 0-2 pitch. Fastball outside for a 1-2. Great crowd here today for the weather conditions. Probably would have had a capacity house if the weather had been good. 1-2 delivery. Curve is low and inside for 2-2. Bonds, Etheridge, and Davenport to lead off against Holtzman. The outfield around to the left and deep for Bob. The infield backed up now with 2 strikes on him. Wind blowing in. 2-2 pitch. He struck him out quick. Got him on a changeup. And Bonds is out on strike. So that'll bring up Bobby Etheridge. Bonds was hitting 277. Etheridge is hitting 273. Right-hander against Holtzman. Fastball outside for ball 1. Holtzman doesn't waste much time. Left-hander delivers again. Fastball fouled away by Etheridge. It's 1-1. 0-1 pitch. Curve in the dirt for ball 2. Holtzman is only 23 years old, 6'2", 175-pounder. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, a fly ball into right center field. Coming on is Phillips into right center. The center fielder makes the catch for the second out. 2 are down. Fans, if you ever get a poor connection on a long-distance call, phone company doesn't want you to have to pay for it. Call the operator right away and tell her. He'll help you get a good connection and see that you're not charged for the first call. Jimmy Davenport takes low for a ball, 1-0. Davenport at 246. Swing and a looping liner into right center field. Phillips coming on, still coming, can't get to it. It's in front of him for a base hit. So Davenport singles into right center field. And the batter will be Kenny Henderson as Davenport gets the first hit of the day for the Giants, the first hit of the ball game. Holtzman has had the past 2 years interspersed with Army duty. He has had to be away during the season. The curve to Henderson, strike called. Kenny batting right-handed. A switch batter against the left hand offering with Ken Holtzman. Henderson hitting .500 at 5 for 10. Swings and fouls it to the left, and it's 1-1. Ozzie Virgil at third base, Wes Westrom at first. A 2-strike count to Henderson. Stretch and the 2-strike pitch. Swung on, lined into right field. Chasing it is Hickman. He can't get to it. It's in front of him. Davenport goes to third. Henderson holds with a single. So the Giants have back-to-back singles with 2 down, and Jack Hyatt will be the batter. Henderson hit a curving liner to right field that Hickman couldn't catch up with. And Jack Hyatt comes to the plate. Hyatt hitting .224, but he has 14 RBIs. He has also walked 14 times. Has 4 home runs. Davenport at third, Henderson at first. 0-0 in the top of the first with 2 outs. The pitch to Hyatt. Curveball swung on a miss, strike 1. It was a hard curveball, might have been a slider. It was a breaking pitch, but Holtzman had quite a bit on it. 0-1 count to Hyatt. There goes Henderson. The pitch is a check swing and a foul ball. Strike 2. Hyatt couldn't lay off and fouled it off. Henderson had a big jump. Probably would have had second base stolen. Oh, it's an 0-2 count to Hyatt. They really exaggerate for Hyatt. Pulled around to the left. A big gap through the right side if he can roll one in that direction. The 0-2 pitch outside with a fastball. 1-2. Banks playing on at first base with Henderson there. Beckert moved well over towards second. Davenport at third, Henderson at first, 2 outs. The 1-2 count to Hyatt. Stretched by Holtzman, the 1-2 pitch. Curveball swung on and hit high in the air into short center field. Kessler goes back, Williams comes in, and Phillips makes the catch. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on. We go to the bottom of the first, it's 0-0.
Once again, we're interviewing Nancy Dawson, reporter for CHC Sports, the sophisticated sports magazine for sports-minded women. Nancy, did you see that belt of Willie's last week?
Oh, Willie wore a wonderful belt last week with a sterling silver buckle. Oh, he's so stylish.
I was referring to his home run.
My readers are more interested in Willie's home than his home run. Oh, it's a lovely
Aren't
place.
they interested in baseball news?
Of course. Just last night, I called in my story about the sale of the Mudville Hawks for the highest price ever paid.
How much was it?
Only 75 cents. Phone rates are cheaper at night.
No, I was talking about the Mudville Hawks.
So was I, to my office. I dialed them direct long distance and scooped all the other reporters.
Yes, but the Mudville Hawks, did their management change?
Oh, yes. They changed to black tie and tails. Formal attire is mandatory when negotiating transactions.
Oh, my. Thank you very much, Nancy Dawson of CHC Sports Magazine.
Ray Sadecki loosens up. Ray with an earned run mark of 2.54. Pitched a fine ball game in St. Louis. Got no real good fielding support from the Giants and no hitting. As Bob Gibson shut out the Giants. So consequently wound up with a loss. He'll be out here trying to get the Cubs a ball club that's tough on left-handers, with Santo and Banks and Hundley supplying right-hand power in the comfortable ballpark. However, he has one break today, as does Holtzman, as far as that goes. The wind is blowing in, and you have to hit the ball a little harder to get it out of here. Don Kessinger, a switch batter, will bat right-handed. Kessinger has a batting streak of 15 games, hitting .336. Etheridge plays up close at third at the edge of the grass. The rest of the infield shortened a bit. The pitch to Kessinger. The curve is a strike, and it's all marked. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball, strike two. The 0-2 delivery. Fastball outside. Lee Wire behind the plate. Harry Wendelstedt at first base. Ken Burkhardt at second. Ed Sudol at third. 1-2 count to Kessinger. High for ball two. 2-2. Kessinger, Beckert, and Williams. Two count. Pitch on its way. Kessinger fouls it back to the screen. Cubs have called up Bill Heath from Tacoma. Swing and a miss by Kessinger. He's out on the strike. Heath, rather, left-hand hitter. Brought up. He's a catcher. He'll see a lot of action. Randy Hundley catching every day, except when they're playing a doubleheader, then he catches twice a day. Pitch to Glenn Beckert. Right-hand batter takes low for a ball, 1-0. One out, base is empty. Beckert hitting .267. Nothing ball game. Outfield shading him to the left. Fastball fouled back, 1-1. Bond pulled over into left center. Henderson over near the left field line. Berta over towards right center. They give Beckert quite a bit of the right field line, but the big gap is into right center field. A 1-1 count. Etheridge plays even with third base. Lanier shortened the step at shortstop. Mason over near second base, and Davenport wide of the bag at first. 1-1 pitch. Lash to Etheridge. Down on one knee to field it. His throw is off the bag. That was a shot at Etheridge. He fielded it all right, but he pulled Davenport off the bag with the throw. It'll be a throwing error on Bobby Etheridge. We'll pause for station identification. It's the Golden West Radio Network.
In the old country, we have a saying. 4 to 8 on Sundays, listen to Peter Scott. Very good, especially when you turn on.
Billy Williams, the left-hand batter, appearing in his 850th consecutive game, takes low and away for a ball. Hyatt coming out of there in a hurry to keep that one from going to the screen. Williams hitting .279. Left-hander against left-hander. Deckard at first as a result of the error. Curveball hangs up high and inside, and luckily it was very high and very much inside, and it's 2-0. One down, one on. Fastball hit deep to right field, and you can forget it. Home run this year for Billy Williams. But when the Giants come to town, he starts swinging. And there was no doubt about that one. So it's 2-0. The error cost the run, and the Giants are behind 2-0 as Ron Santo is the batter. Fastball low for ball one. So the Cubs in front, 2-0. As Billy Williams really tattooed that one. Santo hitting .221. Fastball strike, and it's 1-1. Sadecki working to the right-hand batting Santo, the 1-1 pitch. Strike two, fastball good on the outside. Berta didn't move in right field when he saw it was high enough it wasn't going to kill him. 1-2 pitch to Santo. Curve in the dirt, and it's 2-2. With a sign in the target for Sadecki. 2-2 pitch. Curve in the dirt. Ball three. Full count, 3-2. Kessinger struck out. Deckard safe on Etheridge's throwing error, and then Billy Williams tagged one over the right field fence to make it 2-0 Chicago. 3-2 pitch. Bounded to Etheridge. He has it. His throw on target, and that's out number 2. Ernie Banks up here now. Banks hitting .264. Banks needs one more RBI to reach the 1,500 mark in his career. He has 19 this year. Pitch to Ernie. Curve is high for a ball, 1-0. We wish Ernie a lot of luck, but I hope that 1,500th RBI comes tomorrow. 0 pitch. Popped up on the infield. Mason drifting around after this one as it twists away from him in the wind. Now he makes the catch for the third out. For the Cubs, 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 error, no one left off. And at the end of 1 inning, the Cubs 2, the Giants nothing.
If I need some help, I know just where to find you. With the yellow pages near my heart. Those yellow pages are there to help you. Those yellow pages are there to
And that's oh so right, friends. The yellow pages of your phone book are just about the best guide to products and services you can find. For example, let's say you're looking for a brand distributor or a particular item that's hard to find. Or maybe you're shopping for the best rental price on some kind of equipment. What's the fastest, easiest way to find these things? With your telephone, of course. Next time you go shopping, check the yellow pages first and let your telephone do the work for you.
Inning number 2, Al and Virginia Silver wish to say hello to their friends in the Bay Area. They used to live there. So Al and Virginia say hi-ho. As we go to the second, and here is Bill Thompson.
Left-hander batting Bob Berta leading off against left-hander Kenny Holtzman. Makes a fastball for a strike. Berta batting at .345. 10 hits, 29 trips to the plate. Holtzman back to the plate. Breaking pitch for a strike. So an 0-2 count on Berta. 0-2 pitch. Outside with a fastball for ball 1. The Giants, because of the injury situation, forced to go with a number of left-handed batters against the left-hander Holtzman. Which is just outside for ball 2. So Holtzman and Berta go even at 2-2. 2-2 windup. Curve, grounded to the right side. Becker to his left, up with it on a good hop. Throws Flippy to first, and plenty of time to get Berta for out number 1. Going shopping, you'll find the yellow pages of your phone book, your best guide to the products and services available in your area. Don Mason, the second baseman, another left-handed batter against Holtzman. Runs up to front, takes the pitch, and it's a called strike. Mason at .286. 12 hits, 42 trips to the plate, 4 RBIs. Fastball is high from Holtzman. 1-1 the count on Don Mason. Holtzman back to the plate, misses low and away off Hundley's glove. It skids back to the stands. So Holtzman drops behind on the count to Mason. 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch is lined into center field for a base hit. Mason around first, holds on. Phillips throws back into second base. So the Giants have base hit number 3. The batter will be shortstop Hal Lanier. Hal batting at .204. Switch hitter will be batting right-handed against Holtzman. Hal has 20 hits and 98 trips to the plate. He's driven in 6 runs. Sun breaks through here again. Holtzman's curveball bounded up the middle. Kessner has it, goes to Becker, 1. Back to first, double play. Al Lanier bounces into the short second, first double play. 6-4 to 3 to retire the side. For the Giants in the second, no runs on 1 hit. No Cub errors and no runners left on. So at the end of an inning and a half, the Cubs 2 and the Giants nothing. One of the biggest jobs facing a major league manager is seeing that he gets the maximum out of his ball club, makes the most efficient use of his material, and the results can pay off in a pennant, provided, of course, that he has the right material. Well, there's a parallel between a baseball manager's job and an office manager's job. A man in business has to get the most out of his people and his equipment, and that's where the telephone company can help you. They'll provide the expert services of a communications consultant to check out your present telephone system and see if it meets your company's needs. A communications consultant can often help you solve business problems, speed up your operation, and help build profits, all by showing you how to make maximum efficient use of your communications system, or perhaps by recommending new and improved systems. It won't cost you a thing to find out, so make a note now to call your local telephone business office. There's no extra cost or obligation for the experience and service of your communications consultant. Cubs catcher Randy Hundley laid off the bottom of the second against left-hander Ray Sadecki. Hundley, a right-handed batter. Hundley stands in as Sadecki winds and delivers. A fastball fell to deep to left. This was gone for a home run. Way out of here. Randy Hundley hits his 5th home run of the season. The Cubs lead it 3-0. 2-run homer by Billy Williams in the first. Now Hundley is homer here in the second. The Cub batter will be Jim Hickman, the right fielder, batting at 133. Sadecki's first pitch to Hickman, a fastball low for ball 1. Sadecki to the plate. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Mounds off high at shoulder. 2 feet away from him, he retrieves, but Lee Wire, the plate umpire, puts a new baseball in play. So Sadecki behind on Hickman. 2 balls and no strikes. Sadecki to the plate. Fastball way high and outside for ball 3. Nothing count on Jim Hickman. Sadecki cranks up, comes to the plate. Fastball, called strike. Ray on the count at 3-1. An error and Billy Williams' home run in the first inning put Sadecki behind 2-0. Now Hundley is homered here in the second, so the Cubs lead 3-0. 3-1 pitch. Fastball foul back to the screen. Well, the count goes full at 3-2. Hickman out of the batter's box, now back in. Sadecki with a long look to Hyatt for a sign for the 3-2 pitch. Ray still looking in. Now starts another motion. Payoff pitch. Curve. Looped into right center field. Racing over his bird. It goes bounce. It drops in for a base hit. Looping fly ball into right center field. Fell in front and between Bonds and Berta. There will be activity for the Giants in the bullpen as Rich Robertson will start loosening up. Adolfo Phillips will be the Cubs batter. Adolfo was just 1 hit and 16 times at bat, an .063 average. Broke his wrist in spring training, so trying to play regularly and back into shape. Right-handed batter, Bluffs the bunt, takes low. The pitch bounces out in front of the plate as Hyatt blocked the low curveball. Kept it in front of him. No chance for Hickman to move up. Giants with Etheridge at third, Lanier at short, Mason at second, Davenport at first. Outfield from left to right, Henderson, Bonds, and Berta. Hickman at first. But nobody out, a run in. Cubs leading 3-0 in the bottom of the second. Sadecki to the plate. Fastball, pop foul. It'll be out of play into the seats and back of the Giants dugout. 1-1 the count on Phillips. Sadecki looking into Hyatt. Hickman with a pretty good lead at first base. Sadecki to the plate. Curve. Phillips bluffs the bunt. The pitch almost hit him in the feet. He has to jump out of the way, and Hyatt blocks the pitch again. Count on Phillips, 2 balls and 1 strike. Rich Robertson throwing for the Giants in the right field bullpen. Sadecki sets at the waist. Hickman with his lead from first. Pitch to Phillips. Fastball, a check swing, a roller to second. Mason to Lanier, 1. Back to first. Double play. Adolfo Phillips extremely tough to double up. The Giants get the double play. Mason to Lanier, Davenport. Ken Holtzman will be the Cubs batter, the pitcher. Holtzman, normally a pretty good hitter, has only 1 hit this season in 21 trips. Takes low and inside in the dirt, as a matter of fact, for ball 1. Holtzman batting right-handed against the Giants' left-hander, Ray Sadecki. Ray back to the plate. Fastball is inside at the knees for ball 2. So Sadecki behind on pitcher Ken Holtzman. 2 balls and no strikes. Holtzman takes a look at third base coach Rube Walker. See if he'll be allowed to swing on the 2-0 pitch. Sadecki misses high and outside with a fastball for ball 3. Ray way behind on the pitcher, Holtzman. 3 balls and no strikes. 2 outs, the bases empty. A run in here in the bottom of the second as the Cubs now lead 3-0. 3-0 pitch. Fastball, good for a strike. One pitch to Ken Holtzman. Taken low for ball 4. So Sadecki walks the pitcher. Gives up his first walk. The Cub batter will be the shortstop, Don Kessinger, as Holtzman puts on the warm-up jacket at first. Kessinger struck out his first time. Sadecki to the plate. Curveball bounded towards second base. Mason up with it. Flips to Lanier for the fourth on Holtzman, and the side is retired. But for the Cubs in the second, 1 run, 2 hits, no Giant errors, 1 runner left on. At the end of 2, the Cubs 3, the Giants nothing.
It's as warm and inviting as a white sandy beach. It's as friendly as an invitation to an island luau. And it's calling you. Come to Chevron Island, near to where you are. A friendly kind of island with fresh spirit for your car. Chevron Island, warm, inviting, friendly, with fresh spirit for your car and a refreshing pause for you. When you're out driving, watch for Chevron Island. Listen. Come to Chevron Island, near to where you are. Come to Chevron Island under the standard sign. You'll like our spirit.
Ken Holtzman out to pitch the top of inning number 3. And for the play-by-play, here again is Lon.
Ray Sadecki will lead off. Ray has failed to hit this year in 10 trips. Sadecki up here. Left-hander against left-hander. Pitch to Ray and lined into right field for a base hit. So Sadecki has his first hit. A solid line drive to right. And he's on at first base with nobody out. As the top of the batting order comes up, Bobby Bonds will lead off. Sadecki at first. The leadoff batter, Bobby Bonds, struck out his first time. The Giants are short-handed by one man today, as Bobby Barton has been suspended for 3 days for leaving the club the other day, leaving the ballpark. Pitch to Bonds, swung on and missed the curveball he didn't get. Strike one. Giants trail 3-0, top of the third. Sadecki at first. Fastball, strike 2 called to Bonds. And it's 0-2. So Holtzman has an 0-2 count on the Giant center fielder Bonds. Etheridge due next. The 0-2 pitch outside for a ball, and it's 1-2. Holtzman doesn't waste any time. He gets the ball and throws it over the plate. Sadecki hit the first pitch for a single. He's at first with no one out. Curve struck him out swing. The Bond strikes out for his second time. For Bobby, that's the 30th time he's struck out this season. And Bobby Etheridge will be up here, flied to center his first time. Strikeout number 2 for Holtzman. It's been Bonds each time. Cubs have completed a double play behind Holtzman so far. Curve is low to Etheridge. After Mason singled with one out in the second, Lanier bounced into a double play. Fastball is called a strike at the knees on the inside, and it's 1-1. On a strike to the right-hand batting Bobby Etheridge. He's deep in the batter's box. His right foot actually out of the batter's box. Takes the fastball, strike 2 call. Coming over the outside corner. So Holtzman has a 1-2 count. Sadecki singled to open the inning. Bonds struck out. Now Holtzman is ahead of Etheridge, 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The third strikeout for Holtzman, and Davenport is up here. He singled his first time. Remember, your Chevron National Credit Card is good at more than Chevron Island. Now it's good at Hertz, and for lodging and related services at Ramada Inns and Howard Johnson's Motor Lodges. Davenport singled his first time, up here with 2 down, and Sadecki at first. 3-0, the Cubs lead. 2-run homer in the first by Billy Williams, a solo homer by Hundley in the second. Fastball strike to Davenport. Ball, strike 2. Holtzman not throwing many bad ones. He gets the ball over the plate. The 0-2 pitch, low and away for 1-2. Two down. Sadecki at first base. The Giants trail 3-0. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and looped into short center. Phillips comes on. Makes a diving catch. Phillips with a great diving catch for Ron Santo. And for the Giants, no runs on one hit. No errors. The runner left on. We go to the bottom of the third with the Cubs leading 3-0. The first by Billy Williams, a solo homer by Hundley in the second. Fastball strike to Davenport. Fastball strike two. Holtzman not throwing many bad ones. He gets the ball over the plate. The 0-2 pitch, low and away for 1-2. Two down. Sadecki at first base. The Giants trail 3-0. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and looped into short center. Phillips comes on. Makes a diving catch. Phillips with a great diving catch for Ron Santo. And for the Giants, no runs on one hit. No errors. The runner left on. We go to the bottom of the third with the Cubs leading 3-0. Friends, just think how much fun being marooned on an island could be, especially if it's sunny, friendly Chevron Island. And especially if you had a Chevron National Credit Card. You'd be set. Because your Chevron credit card would be good for just about everything you need. Not just gasoline, oil, tires, batteries, and accessories, but for lodging, meals, even car rentals. For example, the Chevron credit card is honored by Hertz, Howard Johnson's Motor Lodges, and Ramada Inn. No wonder more Westerners carry a Chevron National Credit Card than any other. So come to Chevron Island under the Standard sign and apply for your Chevron National Credit Card today and see how much fun an island can be.
The spirit of Chevron Island is calling you. Come to Chevron Island, near to where you are. A friendly kind of island with fresh spirit for your car. Come to Chevron Island under the Standard sign.
Beckert will lead off. He was safe on Etheridge's error his first time up. And then Williams followed with a two-run homer. Hundley homered in the second. So the Cubs lead 3-0. Beckert, a right-hand batter against Ray Sadecki. Time taken while Berta moves over into position in right field. Sadecki works to Beckert. Swing and a line drive to Mason at second base. Out number one. Billy Williams hit his second home run of the year, and that's amazing when you see this guy the way he hits against the Giants and find out it's this late in the year and he only had one home run before he got here. He's probably really unhappy that he's lost 6 games against the Giants. Swing and a deep drive to right center field, but Bonds has room on this one. He waits to make the catch for the second out. So Williams flies out to Bonds. We'll pause for station identification. It's the Golden West Radio Network.
This is KSFO in San Francisco. The California Highway Patrol advises the southbound Bayshore Freeway has been reopened to regular traffic. No detour in effect.
Ron Santo, thrown out by Etheridge, his first time up. Bases Sadecki here with 2 down, and the base is empty. 3-0. The Cubs lead. A let-up is high and away for a ball. 1-0. Atlanta 2, Philadelphia nothing. Philadelphia batting in the bottom of the 5th. Anybody on? Heisel has just homered for Philadelphia with the bases empty, so that one's 2-1 at least. Curve misses to Santo, and it's ball 2. Houston leads the Mets 4-1. Bottom of the 7th. The Mets batting. St. Louis 1, San Diego nothing after 2. Cleveland 2, the White Sox 1 after 4. Fastball strike to Santo, 2-1. Baltimore 1, Kansas City nothing after 3. Minnesota failed to score in the top half of the first against Detroit. Phillies settled for a run in the 5th, so after 5 innings, it's Atlanta 2, Philadelphia 1. 2-1 count to Ron Santo with 2 outs. The base is empty. Cubs 3, the Giants nada. And Sadecki's 2-1 pitch. Swung on it. Missed. Strike 2. You get a fastball up about the letters over the outside. Santo didn't get it. Even at 2-2. Sadecki slowing the pace. Now ready to work to Santo. His 2-2 pitch. Fastball outside for a full count of 3-2. Giants head for Pittsburgh. Gaylord Perry scheduled to work tomorrow night. 3-2 delivery. Ball 4, he lost it. Walk number 2 by Sadecki. Santo at first, and Ernie Banks will be the batter. Banks popped up to Mason at second base his first time. Sadecki working from the stretch. Robertson goes to work in the bullpen, and Sadecki's curveball hangs high and outside for a ball, and Hyatt goes out to talk to it. Rich Robertson starts to loosen in the bullpen. He was working last inning. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. A pair of home runs by the Cubs. Billy Williams, a 2-run shot on that first, and Hundley, a solo job in the second. And they weren't cheap home runs in Chicago. They were smashed. Santo with his lead at first. A 1-0 count to Ernie Banks. Curve is a strike, and it's 1-1. Looks as though this one will be completed today. There are clouds around, but it just doesn't look like it's going to rain. Sunshiny now at Wrigley Field. The 1-1 pitch, curve low for ball 2. As Bill Thompson says, it certainly looks like it's going to rain. Two-one count to Banks. 2-1 pitch. Swung on a high fly ball into short left. Lanier drifts back. Hal calling for it. As Henderson comes in, look out, collision, and Henderson just gets out of his way as Lanier makes the catch. Henderson was storming in under that one, but caught sight of Lanier just in time to avoid him. No runs, no hits, no errors. The runner left off. At the end of 3 full, the Cubs lead it by a score of 3-0. Bill?
National League in the first game of a doubleheader. Houston leading New York 4-1 after 6.5. Jerker pitching for the Astros. Cardwell with Jackson in seventh for New York. Wynn is homered for the Astros. A.G. for New York. Atlanta leads Philadelphia 2-1 at the end of 5. Pappas for the Braves. Woody Fryman for the Phils. Murray Heisel homered in the fifth for Philadelphia. A couple of rainouts. Los Angeles at Pittsburgh and Cincinnati at Montreal. Both of those canceled because of rain, cold weather, and wet grounds, as they say. The 2 innings, St. Louis won, San Diego nothing. Kirby pitching for San Diego and Dave Justy for the Cardinals. In the American League, Baltimore won, Kansas City nothing after 3. Nelson for the Royals and Palmer for Baltimore. Cleveland was leading Chicago 2-1 going to the top of the fifth, but rookie Carlos Mejia did his 8th home run of the year with a runner on for the White Sox in that fifth, so they lead at least 3-2. Minnesota failed to score in the top of the first at Detroit. Cox pitching for Minnesota, McLean for the Tigers. Other games will have later starts. New York at Oakland, Boston at California, Washington at Seattle. This one has gone 3-4. The Cubs lead at 3-0. To the play-by-play, here is Russ Hodges.
How you doing, everybody? Kenny Henderson will lead off, followed by Jack Hyatt and Bob Berta. Against left-hander Ken Holtzman. Henderson takes low and inside for a ball. The Giants out hitting the Cubs, but the Cubs really going for the long ball today. Henderson has 1 for 1. Here's the pitch, high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Holtzman winds. Henderson nails it to shortstop. 2 big hops to Kessinger. Over to first base for out number 1. Jack Hyatt, the Giants batter now. Right-handed hitter who flied out to short center his last time. Strike called on the inside. Holtzman with 4 wins, 1 defeat. Throws. Hyatt looks at a high pitch for a ball and a count of 1-1. So Hundley gives the target. Holtzman throws. Too high to Hyatt for ball 2 and a strike. Stay around, blue sky. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hyatt takes a strike on the inside corner. Holtzman, one of the fastest workers around. He doesn't stand around there very long. He gets himself warm and wants to stay warm, and he throws 2-2, and Hyatt takes strike 3. Bob Berta will be the batter now with 2 down. The base is empty in the top of the 4th inning. Pitch to Berta, a low one outside. Bob playing right field today. Holtzman throws. Berta swings, breaks the bat as he pops shortly to second base. And that's all she wrote in the top of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on, and we move to the bottom of inning number 4 with the score of the ball game. The Chicago Cubs 3. San Francisco Giants nothing.
Wake up, honey. After driving all night, we finally reached Yreka.
Yreka? I thought we were going to Eureka.
No. Remember? Alice said to go to Yreka, then take the highway east.
No, it was Eureka, and we take the highway south. The best way to make sure you get to the place you set out for is to come to Chevron Island first. The Chevron Travel Service, the free trip planning service that gives you helpful information on where to stay and things to do along the way. You'll get highway logs and specially marked maps kept up to date by teletype from the U.S. Weather Bureau. To get your free Chevron travel tip, ask for a travel request card at any Chevron dealer or standard station. Then when you set out for Eureka, you'll end up in Eureka.
Randy Hundley, who hit the first pitch he saw for a home run, far over the left field fence, will be the batter now. At very noisy, enthusiastic Wrigley Field in Chicago. A game that would have been a sellout, but the weather has just been as bad as you've ever seen it. And you've not seen bad weather until you've been to Chicago. Sadecki curves Randy Hundley. Ball to strike. Ray throws again to the plate, and Hundley takes low and inside for ball one. Ball on the strike. Hundley is a great hitter at Wrigley Field in Chicago with its short fences. And Sadecki delivers to Randy. There's a bouncing ball hit near second. Mason is over for the stop to throw. To Jimmy Davenport in time for out number one. Jim Hickman, the right fielder, will be the batter now with Adolfo Phillips to follow. Sadecki delivers to Hickman. Curveball, a called strike on the inside corner. Hickman, wearing number 28, hit a 3-2 pitch for a single to center his last time. Sadecki throws it in. Hickman takes it low for a ball, and the count of 1-1. 3-0 Chicago in the bottom of the fourth inning. Now the wind-up to throw 1-1. Sadecki delivers. Hickman swings, fouls it back. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's Ray delivering. Hickman bounds it to shortstop. O'Neill jumps on it. Throws low to first. Davenport makes the grab, and it's out number 2. You know, there's a lively little island nearby that is real excitement in your everyday driving. That's Chevron Island under the standard sign. You'll like the spirit. Adolfo Phillips grounded into a double play his last time when a fastball hit his bat and rolled towards second, and he was easily doubled up. Sadecki throws to the center fielder, a high curve for ball one. Right-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher. And Sadecki fires again. Phillips takes high, and it's ball 2 and no strike. Ray Herbel will do some pitching for the Giants. Ron Herbel starting the throw for the Giants. Here's the 2-0 delivery, low and inside for ball 3. 3-0 the count. Holtzman will follow. Sadecki behind Phillips, who might have the green light. Ray misses low and inside for ball 4. His third base on ball. And here is Holtzman, who received free transportation the last time. blue sky has disappeared. Home plate dusted off by Lee Wire. Holtzman, number 30, waiting. Phillips, a threat to steal at first. He checks him over there and throws to Holtzman, who swings. Sends a soft fly ball to short center, coming in easily as Bobby Bonds. That's out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left on, and at the end of 4 full innings in Chicago, the Cubs lead. And the score is Chicago 3, the Giants nothing. When your battery finally decides to give up the ghost, does it choose a nice sunny spot next to Chevron Island under the standard sky? No, sir. It usually picks a place 1,000 miles from nowhere and always at the wrong time. That's why most cars should be equipped with nothing less than an extra capacity heavy-duty battery. A battery like the all-new Atlas PhD. This battery is so tough, so dependable, that it carries a full 5-year warranty and an absolute free replacement within the first year. What makes the Atlas PhD such an outstanding battery? It's the polypropylene container, which allows 12% more room for acid and plates than in conventional batteries. So, this extra volume results in amazingly long battery life and tough power-ready performance, and more starting power under all weather conditions. So get the battery that's guaranteed to perform. The new Atlas PhD battery at Chevron Island, under the standard sign. Leading off will be Don Mason, followed by Hal Lanier, and Ray Sadecki, or a pinch hitter if there is a scoring opportunity, as Herbal loosens in the bullpen. Here's the pitch to Mason, low and inside, 0-1. The 1-0 delivery. Strike called at the knees over the outside, 1-1. Holtzman throws, Mason swings, base hit to right field. It's a short line drive over the head of the first baseman. Hal Lanier will be the Giants batter. Jimmy Hart takes off his jacket. And it's raining a bit. But it doesn't appear that a cloudburst is in the offing. Here's a double play ground ball hit to shortstop. Kessinger throws to second. Double play, so Sadecki will bat for himself. So Lanier has seen 2 pitches and hit into 2 double plays. Sadecki singled to right his last time up. Holtzman throws. Sadecki takes a fastball, a foul strike. 0-1 the count, and the next delivery. Blowing away for a ball on the count of 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Slow curve inside, ball 2 and a strike. One to Ray Sadecki from Ken Holtzman, who throws, and Sadecki looks at a called strike for 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch. Sadecki strikes out swinging. The side is retired. It's now a legal ball game. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. And as we move to the bottom of inning number 5, Chicago leads 3-0.
And now, fans, let's see who will be Paul Spiegel's Ruth Atkins guest.
Today, my guest is Betty Davenport, wife of Giants infielder Jimmy Davenport. Betty, I know Jimmy's quite a golfer, so tell me something. Does Jimmy go in for all those wild-colored clothes when he plays golf?
Well, Paul, I don't know about wild colors, but he does like bright colors.
What kind of color combinations does he use?
Oh, I don't know. He loves blues and greens. So.
Blues and greens?
Well, not together.
Hey, man, my friends at Ruth Atkins talk a lot about the so-called color explosion in men's travel and vacation clothes. If you ask me, it all started on the golf course. Take Billy Casper's Par Masters slacks by Palm Beach, for instance. 10 bright, bold colors that'll turn a peacock green with envy. Permanent press with a rep stripe belt. Only $16.95 a pair at Ruth Atkins. Billy Casper's Par Masters. Get a pair and start swinging, you dupper you.
Don Kissinger will be the leadoff batter, followed by Glenn Beckert, and then by Billy Williams. Gaylord Perry will pitch for the San Francisco Giants tomorrow night at Pittsburgh. This will be one of the two Giant trips to Pittsburgh and later. And the 1-2 wind up, the delivery. Bounded foul down the third baseline on beyond Rube Walker. One ball, two strikes to number 18, Beckert. As Sadecki set to throw. He delivers. Beckert swings, bounces to deep shortstop. Lanier has a long throw, but gets the ball there in time. Perfect throw to Jimmy Davenport. Billy Williams, who put Chicago ahead in the first inning with a 2-run home run, is up at the plate. Ruth Atkins has a complete selection of summer slacks, including the great Billy Casper Par Masters. 10 flag-raising colors, perfect for backyard or golf course. Just $16.95 at Ruth Atkins. Left-handed batter, Sadecki delivers a slow curve that's popped up in the short right. Mason is there under it, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on, and at the end of 5 full innings here at Wrigley Field in Chicago, Chicago leads 3-0.
Ray, here's a tip for you golfers. Do you have trouble keeping your head down when you're making a shot? Well, stop into Ruth Atkins and slip your shanks into a cool, colorful pair of Billy Casper's Par Master slacks. Tailored by Palm Beach in a wrinkle-free Dacron and rayon fabric that's just as tough as it is light. And you can select from 10 bright, clear colors that range from bronze to powder blue. Perfect for vacation or travel, too. But each pair comes with its own color blend rep stripe belt. And get this, they're only $16.95 a pair at Ruth Atkins. Now you say, how does this help me keep my head down when I'm teeing off? Well, sir, when you look down to address the ball, you'll catch sight of these smooth, colorful slacks dressing up your shin bones. And, well, once you start admiring how good you look, your head will just automatically stay down. You may slice your shot, but you'll cut a handsome figure anytime you wear a pair of Billy Casper's Par Masters. Now at Ruth Atkins. You duffer, you.
Now we're set for the top of inning number 6, and Bill Thompson will report the action.
Giants go to the top of the order against Ken Holtzman, Bobby Bonds, Bob Etheridge, and Jim Davenport. Bonds 0 for 2 has struck out twice in inning number 1 and again in the third. Takes Holtzman's first pitch low for ball 1. Holtzman to the plate. Breaking pitch line to center field in front of Phillips for a base hit. Bonds hits a solid shot into center field. Giants have their 6th hit. Bob Etheridge was 0 for 2. Flied to center in the first. Struck out in the third. Will be the Giants batter. Bonds held it first by Banks as Holtzman looks there. Comes to the plate. Breaking pitch low and inside for ball 1. As Hundley skids on his knees to make the save. Holtzman, although left-handed, by his own admission, says he has a bad pickoff move at first base. Line drive, pass Beckert into right field for a base hit. Bonds racing around second. He'll go to third. The throw comes all the way through. Etheridge holds on at first. So the Giants get back-to-back singles to open up the sixth from Bonds and Etheridge. They have runners at first and third with nobody out. The batter will be first baseman Jim Davenport. Single to center in the first, slide to center in the third. Cub bullpen starts stirring around, and the fans start stirring around as the rain starts to fall. Cubs play the infield double play deep. Holtzman sets, delivers to Davenport. Fastball low for ball one. On deck for the Giants, left fielder Kenny Henderson. Left-hander Hank Aguirre and right-hander Ted Abernathy start throwing for the Cubs. Pitch to Davenport, fastball foul to the screen. Jim had a good cut, fouled it straight back. Rain now coming down pretty good. Pitch to Davenport, foul to the screen again for strike two. For those of you who have been listening for a while, now who's right, Ron Simmons or me? The 1-2 pitch from Kenny Holtzman. High and outside, almost a wild pitch as Hundley had to stab it. Holtzman and Davenport go even at 2-2. Bonds at third, Etheridge at first. Nobody out. Giants trail 3-0 in the sixth. Curve in the dirt. Dug out by Hundley. So Holtzman goes out to a full count. Looks like the rain's starting to let up a little bit now. Two runners lead. The 3-2 pitch to Davenport. Popped up, foul, out of play. Back into the lower deck. Behind first base. So the situation remains the same. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On Jim Davenport with Bobby Bonds at third, Bob Etheridge at first. Holtzman's pitch. Fouled away again. Off to the right, this time into the upper deck. Cubs in the outfield, straight away against Davenport. Holtzman turning to Hundley for a sign. The left-hander set, comes to the plate. Curve, called, strike 3. Gets his 6th strikeout. The batter for the Giants will be Kenny Henderson. Single to right in the first, grounded to short in the fourth. Kenny 1 for 2. Holtzman and Hundley have a bit of a conversation. Long-range conversation. With Hundley just a couple of steps in front of the plate. So Henderson batting right-handed against left-hander Holtzman as Bonds leads down the line at third. Etheridge moves away from first. Pitch to Kenny, a curve for a strike. Holtzman's pitch, curve outside. The count on Kenny Henderson. 2 runners lead. Holtzman's pitch, a curve, grounded to Sano at third. He comes to the plate. They've got Bonds caught in a rundown. Sano chasing him towards the plate, throws to Holtzman. He can't see him out. unusual play on the part of Ron Santo. It appeared he had a double play ball hit to him at third base. But he made this decision to come to the plate. They got Bonds in a rundown with Etheridge just moving to second and Henderson taking over first on the fielder's choice. Holtzman getting the put out on that play at the plate and to the rundown. They went Santo to Hundley, back to Santo and to Holtzman. So 5-2, 5-1 if you haven't to keep him score. Here's Jack Hyde, who was 0 for 2. Wide out from the first, was called out on the strike from the fourth. Etheridge at second, Henderson at first, now with 2 outs. Holtzman to the plate. Curveball popped up in the right center field. Back goes Becker. In comes Phillips on the run. Here's Hickman. Hickman calls and makes the catch. The right fielder makes the grab to return to side. So the Giants' threat goes to glimmering. Then the top of the sixth, no runs, 2 hits. Leadoff singles by Bonds and Etheridge. No scuffed errors, 2 runners left on. The end of 5 1/2. Cubs continue to lead the Giants by a score of 3-0. In other games, the National League, first game a doubleheader after 8 full innings. Houston leads New York 4-1. Jerker pitching for the Astros. Cardwell, Jackson, and Taylor have worked for New York. Wynn has homered for Houston. AG for the Mets. Atlanta leads Philadelphia 3-1. That one now in the bottom of inning number 7. Tampa's pitching for Atlanta. Fryman for the Phils. Heisel has homered for Philadelphia. Los Angeles, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and Montreal both rained out. St. Louis leads San Diego 1-0. The end of 4 full. Jesse pitching for the Cardinals. Kirby for San Diego. The American League, Baltimore did Kansas City 2-0. Now the rain is really coming down here at Wrigley Field, and the wind really picked up. 2-0 at the end of 4 1/2. Baltimore over Kansas City. Chicago and Cleveland tied at 3-3 at the end of 5. Detroit leads Minnesota 1-0 at the end of 2. Raiders start New York at Oakland, Boston at California, Washington at Seattle. Before Ernie Banks, or Ron Santo rather, leads off, we'll pause for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
That thought that we're in competition with Russians or with Chinese peanuts. It's for the birds. It's trivial.
The Boston Globe says it may be the most important speech of our time. Hear it on the Sunday special, 8:05 p.m. on KSFO San Francisco.
Ron Santo, the Cubs third baseman, hitting fourth. New Yorker will lead it off. Grounded to third in the first to a walk in the third. Boy, the weather is really getting horrible here now. Sadecki winds and delivers. A fastball for a strike. The 0-1 pitch from Ray Sadecki. Slow curve, line to center field. Base hit. Bonds over to cut it off. Santo holds it first with a single. The Cubs get their leadoff man on. We've been asked to send get well wishes to Frank Livingston, the Dominican Hospital in Santa Cruz, and we certainly do that. Santo at first with nobody out. Ernie Banks at the plate. Sadecki's curve bounds away from Hyatt. Down to second goes Santo. Wild pitch from Ray Sadecki moves Santo up to second with nobody out. Down on Ernie Banks, 1 ball, no strike. Banks has popped up twice. The second in the first inning, to short in the third. Sadecki takes a look at second, comes to the plate. Banks squares the bunt, takes the pitch high for ball 2. Mr. and Mrs. Warren Peterson are here in Chicago and again send their wishes to the Giants Boosters Club of Sacramento. Santo away from second. Pitch to Ernie Banks. Curve, called strike. A throw to second base. Santo back in. Sadecki's set. Pitch the Banks, bunted at, missed. Goes to strike 2. Hyatt dropped the ball, had trouble finding it, but Santo now want to take a chance of going anywhere from second base. Cubs got 2 in the first on an error and Billy Williams' home run, and Randy Hundley homered in the second inning. That's the way it stands now. 3-0 game. The Giants have had 7 hits to the Cubs 4. Pitch to Banks. High with a breaking pitch for ball 3. So Sadecki out to a full count on Ernie Banks. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ray ready. Down with his lead at second. Curveball, pop foul. Off to the right on a play. Back into the lower deck. See some good signs weather-wise as over the left field fence it appears to be brighter. Rain has almost stopped now, and the wind is not as bad as it was a few moments ago. 3-2 pitch. Bounded slowly towards third. A tough play for Etheridge. He charges. He goes to first. A bad throw. Santo will score. Banks will go at least to second. Davenport runs the ball down. As Banks holds at second base. Scoring on a play. It'll go as an infield hit for Ernie Banks and an error for Etheridge. Bobby charging the ball. Made the bare hand pickup. The underhand throw threw the ball over Davenport's head at first base. So Santo comes on to score. Banks will not get an RBI. Gets the infield hit, moves up to second on the throwing error, and Santo scores on the error. So Randy Hundley, the catcher, will be the batter. Ron Herbal throws to the Giants in the bullpen. Sadecki sets, delivers. Hundley punts the ball back to Sadecki. He'll go to third base. They've got Banks. He's out. Sadecki throwing to Bob Etheridge, who made the tag on Banks sliding in. So Hundley fails to sacrifice. Goes to the fielder's choice in the play 1-5. Sadecki to Etheridge for the putout. Well, the Cubs lead 4-0. Have Hundley at first with 1 out, and the bat will be the right fielder, Jim Hickman. Single in the second, grounded to short in the fourth. Abernathy and Aguirre, Rich Nye now, throwing with line drive to deep left. Back goes Henderson. He's there. He makes the catch. Hundley all the way to second base, has to retreat to first. Hickman hit the ball well, but right at Ken Henderson, who moved back a couple of steps to grab it. Adolfo Phillips will be the Cubs batter. Phillips hit into a double play in the second, to a walk in the fourth. Contributed a great fielding play on a diving catch of Jim Davenport. Delivers. Hundley punts the ball back to Sadecki. He'll go to third base. They've got Banks. He's out. Sadecki throwing to Bob Etheridge, who made the tag on Banks sliding in. So Hundley fails to sacrifice. Goes to the fielder's choice. The play 1-5. Sadecki to Etheridge for the putout. Well, the Cubs lead 4-0. Have Hundley at first with 1 out, and the batter will be the right fielder, Jim Hickman. Single in the second, grounded to short in the fourth. Abernathy and Aguirre, Rich Nye now, throwing with line drive to deep left. Back goes Henderson. He's there. He makes the catch. Hundley all the way to second base, has to retreat to first. Hickman hit the ball well, but right at Ken Henderson, who moved back a couple of steps to grab it. Adolfo Phillips will be the Cubs batter. Phillips hit into a double play in the second, threw a walk in the fourth. Contributed a great fielding play on a diving catch of Jim Davenport. Phillips, right-handed batter. Hundley with a lead at first. Sadecki to the plate. Curve, fouled off. Hit him in the foot and rolled out into fair territory. One strike the count on Phillips. Sadecki to the plate. Fastball outside. A throw to first. Back in as Hundley. Sadecki ready for the 1-1 pitch to Adolfo Phillips. Foul to the screen for strike 2. almost completely stopped now. Hundley away from first. The 1-2 pitch to Phillips. A curve. High. Sadecki and Phillips go even at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch from Sadecki. Curve inside at the knees for ball 3. The 3-2 pitch. Curveball swung on and missed, and the side is retired. So Phillips strikes out. Sadecki gets strikeout number 2. For the Cubs in the 6th. 1 run on 2 hits. 1 error, 1 runner left on. The end of 6 full. Chicago 4, the Giants nothing.
Now rated down, back. I can't help what happens when I go away. The Giants have been getting their base hits off Holtzman, but they haven't been able to make them count. They trail 4-0 as Bob Berta will lead off. A pair of double plays by the Cub infield has stopped a couple of potential threats. Berta takes a curve for a strike 0-1. A ground ball to short. Scooped up by Kessinger, thrown to first, and that's out number 1. One down. Don Mason, who is 2 for 2 off the left-hander, is up here. Holtzman's pitch to Don. Fastball brushes him back, ball 1. Cubs 4, Giants nothing. The 7th inning. Fastball low, ball 2. Giants have 7 hits, the Cubs have 5, but the Cubs lead 4-0. Fastball high, ball 3. 3-0. Hundley goes out to talk to Holtzman. Count to Mason, 1 out, no one on. Ball 4, he walked him. So Mason is perfect against Holtzman today as Holtzman walks his first man. Men, don't miss the great collection of Billy Casper Power Master slacks at Ruth Atkins now. 10 bright, bold colors and permanent press, too. Only $16.95 at Ruth Atkins. Billy Casper Power Master. Al Lanier up here has hit into 2 double plays today. Fluffs the bunt, takes a fastball strike. Each time Mason has been on ahead of him, he's bounced into the double play. One strike count to Hal. A line drive, base hit to right field. Mason had to fall down to get out of the way. He goes to second and holds on at second base. Mason had to dive to get out of the way of that line drive. Then Hickman fell down in right field, but Mason had already stopped in second and so had no chance to go to third. And we'll have Jimmy Hart come up to bat for Ray Sadecki. So the Giants get hit number 8. Hart, who has been sidelined since injuring himself in St. Louis, hitting .250, not hit a home run. Has 3 doubles. Has driven in 4 runs. So Jim Jim, to bat here in the 7th with runners at first and second. There's activity in the bullpen. Ted Abernathy and Hank Aguirre. Aguirre a left-hander, Abernathy a right-hander for the Cubs. Mason at second, Lanier at first with one out. Pitch by Holtzman. Curve is low for a ball, 1-0. Giants get 2 singles in the first inning, got a single in the second, a single in the third. Were retired in order in the 4th, get a single in the 5th, 2 singles in the 6th, have a walk and a single here. Hart takes the fastball for a strike, 1-1. Ball and a strike to Jimmy. The outfield very deep and around to the left. Swing and a foul. Strike 2, 1-2. Holtzman gets in front of Jimmy Hart. A ball and 2 strikes. Bobby Bonds due up next. Left-hander works to Hart. Inside for 2-2. Tried to pick up that inside corner and came close with a fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mason at second. Lanier at first. 1 out. 2-2 pitch. Curve, strike, 3 call. Hart stays up there to argue about it, but you know how much good it does him. He's out of there, and the batter will be Bobby Bonds. Bobby Bonds up here, struck out his first 2 times, singled his last time. Takes the curve for a strike. Boy, Holtzman really baffling the Giants with that curveball. The only guy that really figured it out was Don Mason. He singled on a curve. Curve is low for a ball, 1-1. Mason at second, Lanier at first. Giants trail 4-0. Bonds up here with a 1-1 count. 2 down. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Strike 2. Holtzman takes a big breath out there on the mound. 1 strike out of getting out of another jam. 1 strike away from getting out of another. Curveball low for ball 2. 2-2. Cubs 4, Giants nothing. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Stretched by Holtzman. The pitch struck him out on a curveball. Swung and missed. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Cubs lead it by a score of 4-0. And now let's see what Ruth Atkins' question Paul Spiegel will be asking Dave Falk.
Dave, I have a question today for Mr. W.T. of Santa Clara. He wants to know if only teenagers are wearing bell-bottom pants.
Oh, the extreme, I would say yes, Paul, but even in the middle-age category and designer's concept, they are wearing flared trousers which have a bell at the bottom and are accepting them in those age groups.
In the what age group?
Oh, 35, 40.
Whatever
maybe
happened
45.
to 35 and 40, Dave?
Ladies, if your husband hasn't bought a new pair of slacks in months, it probably shows, and there's no excuse for it. What with the incredible selection of slacks you can choose from at Roos Atkins. At Roos Atkins, you can choose from every style, color, fabric, and price range. Dress slack prices start at under $20 at Roos Atkins. Why don't you suggest that he get a couple of pairs? He can use Roos Atkins' famous supercharge and take months to pay. Mention it over dinner.
Ron Herbel will come on to do the Giant pitching. Herbel makes his 10th appearance. He has won one and lost none. Giving up just one run. That was on a home run. And he'll pitch to Kenny Holtzman, who has an 8-hit shutout going through the first 7 innings. The Giants have had their opportunities, but been unable to break through against him. Right-hand batter takes the breaking pitch low for a ball, 1-0. Ball 2, Herbel behind the pitcher. 2 balls, no strikes. Herbel's 2-0 pitch. Strike call, 2-1. Rich Robertson starts to throw again in the Giant bullpen. We're in the bottom of the 7th. The Cubs 4, the Giants nothing. Foul to the screen by Holtzman, and it's 2-2. Top of the order to follow, Kessinger and Beckert after Holtzman. Cubs got 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the 6th. Phillies have tied it up with Atlanta, scoring twice in the bottom of the 8th. That one's tied up at 3-3. Curveball line to center field. Herbel came in with that one right up by his eyes. Bonds throws into second, and Holtzman is on. That is the curveball they say in high school not to throw. Ron really got it up there for him. So Holtzman singles to center. And the top of the batting order will be up. Starting to rain again. Has come in from right field to bring in his glasses or take them out with him. He might be taking some out with him to try to shield the rain from his regular glasses. Kessinger up here to bat left-handed. The pitch is in the dirt, blocked nicely by Hyatt to keep it from going to the screen, and it's 1-0. Robertson had been throwing. Now he stops and heads into the Giant dugout. Kessinger bunts at the pitch and misses. Tries to claim he didn't bunt at it, but it's a 1-1 count. Holtzman with the leadoff single. That is hit number 6 for the Cubs. Etheridge playing up close at third. Kessinger takes the breaking pitch inside for ball 2, 2-1. Herbel stretch. Pitch is outside for ball 3. Ron isn't in very good position right now with a 3-1 count on Kessinger. Runner at first, no one out. 3-1 count to Kessinger, and Kessinger backs away. Now steps back in the batter's box. Holtzman with his lead at first, the 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. In the dirt, blocked again by Hyatt, but Kessinger walked, and now Herbal has bought himself some trouble because he's starting to get into the power in the Cubs lineup. Beckert not necessarily listed as a power hitter, but he'll probably be up here to try to sacrifice him along. And then with Williams and Santo and Banks coming on, you got some difficulties. Holtzman at second. Kessinger at first. Rich Robertson is getting up to throw again. Right-hand batting Beckert turns to bunt. Bunts it back to Herbal, who throws to first in time. Sacrifice work. Might have had a chance to get Holtzman, the pitcher, running into third base. So it's a sacrifice. Davenport covered first base. And Billy Williams will be given an intentional pass. They'll walk in. So it'll load him up. They're not getting any bargain in Ron Santo, who's due up next, but at least Santo's a right-hand batter. So the Cubs will have a bases-loaded situation. Williams at first base. Kessinger at second. Holtzman at third. Ron Santo up here. Santo was up in a situation like this yesterday and hit into a double play. The Giants had a very comfortable lead at the time. They're behind now. Here's the pitch to Santo. Bounded off Herbal's glove into center field. 2-run score. Williams goes to third. That was a bounder back through the middle, sharply hit. Herbal put his glove up. It deflected off his glove into center field. 2 runs come in. Now a 6-0 Cub lead. Ernie Banks is the batter with runners at first and third. Santo at first, Williams at third, and the Cubs crowd comes alive here. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Hyatt. Santo goes to second. He'll be in there. Herbal's been all over the place. It'll be a wild pitch charged to Herbal. Hyatt's shaken up on that last pitch. He's had to block about 5 or 6 of them today with his body. He probably got bruises all over his body. Ernie Banks batting now with runners at second and third. It's a 1-0 count to Ernie. Fouls it away, 1-1. Holtzman singles, Kessinger walked, Beckert sacrificed, Williams was walked intentionally. Santo singled to drive in 2 runs. Then a wild pitch by Herbal sent Santo over to second. One pitch. Fastball inside for ball 2. Giants have the infield in. 2-1 count to Ernie Banks. Bounding ball to shortstop. Lanier holds Williams at third, throws to first, and Banks is retired for the second out. Randy Hundley will be the batter. We'll pause for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
This is Dick McGarvin, and you've heard my program on KSFO in the morning. No, it was in the afternoon. No, it was on a weekend. KSFO in San Francisco.
Randy Hundley has hit a bases-empty home run. It's grounded out and hit into a fielder's choice. Runners at second and third. Santo at second. Williams at third. 2 down. 2 runs in. 6-0. The Cubs lead. A curve is low for a ball. 1-0. St. Louis leads San Diego 2-0 after 6th inning. Bounding ball into left field for a base hit. 2 runs will score. As Hundley singles home another pair. So it's an 8-0 Cub lead. Nate Colbert has hit a 2-run homer for San Diego. They've tied the Cardinals 2-2. Here's Jim Hickman. Takes a strike. Then sort of a rocky inning for Ron Herbel. 4 runs in. Hickman, the 8th man to bat in the inning. Swing and a drive into right center field. Berta going back, still going back, reaches up and makes the catch. Ron didn't fool him, but he got him out. 4 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. No giant errors and a runner left on. And at the end of 7, the score, the Cubs 8 and the Giants nothing.
A bright day, so comfortable, the feel of a breeze blowing me. Fresh air, so clean and cool, after the rain disappears. So many comfortable things all around every day of the year.
Try this one. Comfortable beer. Sure, it's Bergie. Bergie's comfortable beer because it's brewed with soft water, so it refreshes and keeps on refreshing every ice-cold, good-tasting time you drink it. Drink some. You'll never drink a better beer than Bergie.
Yes, you'll be so comfortable with Bergie, the comfortable beer.
Atlanta has scored a run in the top of the 9th to take a 4-3 lead over Philadelphia with the Phils batting in the bottom of the 9th. The Giants trail 8-0. We'll have Etheridge, Davenport, and Henderson the first 3. Well, trailing 8-0. If the Giants are going to pull this one out, we'll have to see Etheridge bat a couple of times this inning. He's up here against the left-hander Ken Holtzman. Takes outside for a ball, 1-0. 1-0 pitch to him. Ball 2. High and away. Cubs got 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the 6th, 4 in the 7th. 2-0 count to Etheridge. Giants have been shut out on 8 hits. The Cubs also have 8. Fastball strike, 2-1. Etheridge has 1 of the Giant 8 hits. Foul to the screen, strike 2. Got even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rich Robertson continues to throw in the Giant bullpen, so he may pitch the bottom half of this inning. Line drive into left field, going over is Williams. He can't get to it. He cuts it off as Etheridge will have to hold with a single. So Etheridge has his second hit. And Jimmy Davenport will be the batter. Davenport had singled, then robbed of a single, and called out on strike. Phillips made a good diving catch of his bid for a second hit into center field. Holtzman's pitch to Davenport. Line foul into the stands to the right. Strike one. Giants trail 8-0. Etheridge has led off with a single. Line drive, foul again to the right side. Strike two. Nothing in two count to Davenport. The 0-2 pitch. Outside for 1-2. Etheridge at first with no one out. 8-0. The Cubs lead. Davenport trying to get something started here. The 1-2 pitch to him. Grounded back to Holtzman, who grabs it, throws the second for one, to first for a double play. Davenport had a sharp shot back through the middle, and Holtzman fielded it, turned it into a double play. Soft water brewed for the taste of it. That's what makes Bergie unique. Wet, frosty refreshment that keeps right on refreshing. Have a Bergie, the comfortable beer. The third double play for the Cubs. When the Giants decide to hit into double plays, they make a production out of it. Hadn't hit into any since the 7 in Houston. In fact, they hit into one in St. Louis. Henderson takes the strike. Kenny Henderson up here with 2 down. Swing and a miss to the curve, strike two. Henderson 1 for 3. Holtzman's pitch to Henderson, fouled back. Kenny batting right-handed today. He's a switch batter, hitting right-handed against the left-hand pitcher. Struck him out on a curveball. Henderson fooled on a breaking pitch. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, no one left on. And at the end of 7 1/2, the score, the Cubs 8, the Giants nothing. In spring, a young man's fancy lightly turns to thoughts of love. Some pretty words from a poem by Tennyson. Of course, he never had to attend spring training camp like baseball players, or he might have thought of spring in a whole different way, like running after ground balls all day long under a blazing Arizona sun, or chasing a few dozen fly balls hit over your head. And finally, at the end of the day, some wind sprints around the outfield until you're ready to drop. I tell you, you get exhausted just watching. Along about then, I start to think of having something cold, wet, and refreshing. Well, sir, Burgermeister beer is all that and more. Bergie's refreshing because it's soft water brewed to give it a light, satisfying, real beer taste. But more than that, Bergie's light taste keeps on refreshing you, clear down to the bottom of your thirst. That's what makes Bergie the comfortable beer. So spring, summer, whenever, treat your taste to a cool, comfortable Bergie. Bottom of the 8th, Adolfo Phillips will face Ron Herbel. Cubs have an 8-0 lead. Here's Herbel's pitch to Phillips. Strike one. Breaking pitch on the inside. Phillips started to swing, tried to check. Took the pitch in the inside corner as he was falling down. 0-1 count to it. The 0-1 pitch. Sidearm curve high and away for a ball, 1-1. Ball on a strike to Phillips. 1-1 pitch to him. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. We're in the bottom of inning number 8. The Cubs 8, the Giants nothing. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Herbal gets his first strikeout. Ken Holtzman takes low for a ball, 1-0. The Cubs pitchers walk, flat out single. Herbal works 1-0 to him. A ground ball to shortstop. Scooped up by Lanier. Thrown to first. And that's out number 2. Two down. Don Kessinger will be the batter. Two down. Kessinger walked 4 trips. Pitch to Don as a strike call. He's working on a 15-game hit streak. Looks like this would be his last opportunity to keep it going. Swing and a foul. Strike 2. Out of 0-2. Herbal's 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Kessinger is out on the strike. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. The end of 8. The Cubs 8, the Giants nothing.
You know, we're going to be talking about Bergie when we start talking about something that's comfortable, because Bergie is the comfortable beer. Comfortable to drink, to taste, to enjoy for as long as you like. Bergie's brewed with soft water to get that special comfortable quality. And you really notice what soft water does when you taste Bergie. Bergie, try a couple of ice-cold bottles or cans today. That's the way for you to find out how comfortable beer can be. Bergie, the comfortable beer.
A bright day, so comfortable, the feel of a breeze blowing near. Fresh air, so clean and cool, after the rain disappears. So many comfortable things all around every day of the year. You'll be so comfortable with Bergie, the comfortable beer.
Ken Holtzman out to pitch inning number 9 for the Cubs. Chicago in front 8-0. Giants have managed 9 hits off Holtzman. All of them singles. Have not been able to dent the plate thus far. Jack Hyatt hitting 5th in the order will lead off. The Giants catcher and right fielder Bob Berta. Second baseman Don Mason. Holtzman winds and fires. Fastball inside at the letters for ball 1.
pitch is a fastball outside for ball 2. The Holtzman behind the high, 2 balls, no strike. Jack 0 for 3. Flied to center in the first, called out on strikes in the fourth, flied to right in the sixth. Holtzman at the plate. Misses. No, he got the inside corner. Delayed call by putting up our Lee wire. Holtzman gets in on the count at 2-1. Holtzman's pitch. Line deep to left field, but right at Billy Williams, who moves in a couple of steps and makes the catch. Hyatt hit a shot. He really tagged the ball, but right at Billy Williams. Here's Bob Berta, who was 0 for 3. Grounded to second in the second, popped to second in the fourth, grounded to short in the seventh. Left-hander against left-hander. Holtzman delivers. Slider for a strike up around the letters on the inside part of the plate. Holtzman working quickly. Delivers a breaking pitch high. Holtzman a pleasure to watch. A real fast worker. Fool around at all. A 1-1 pitch. Curve. That high for ball 2. Two and 1 count on Bob Berta. Fastball foul to the screen. Holtzman and Berta go even at 2-2. The 2 pitch low for ball 3. Holtzman acts as if he thought he had that pitch over. 3-2 pitch. Popped up in the center field. Phillips coming on. Kessinger and Becker go out. Phillips makes the catch as he comes to within about 35 or 40 feet of the infield. Well, that's out number 2, and Don Mason will be the batter. If you live in Woodland, the Comfortable Beer is brought to you by Warren Yeager. And Warren hopes you'll keep on enjoying these ball games, and Bergie, the Comfortable Beer. Mason singled twice and has walked. Takes low for ball 1. I had a single to center in the second, a single to right in the fifth, to a walk in the seventh. So perfect day thus far against the left-hander, for the left-handed batting Mason. Breaking pitch is good for a strike. Holtzman. Mason even at 1-1. 2 outs, the base is empty. Top of the ninth, the Giants trail 8-0. Curve, call, strike 2. Holtzman's pitch outside with a breaking ball. Uneven count on Mason. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, the base is empty. Curve breaks outside for ball 3. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. The ball game is over. Holtzman gets his 10th strikeout. Totals in the inning for the Giants: no runs, no hits, no Cub errors, no runners left on. Well, the Cubs win it by a score of 8-0. We'll have the game totals in just a moment.
See, I heard a rumor just the other day that our Giants are going...
Wait a minute, Russ. Hold it right there. You mean to tell me and all our listeners that you're the kind of guy that listens to rumors?
Well, no, not exactly.
Then let's forget about rumors and stick to the facts, Fabulous. Take Bergie, for example. Now, there's a comfortable beer.
That's a fact.
You bet it is. And here's another. Bergie's the beer that's brewed with soft water to give it that honest-to-goodness real beer taste.
A taste, I might add, that refreshes you from the very first sip and keeps right on refreshing you glass after ice-cold glass.
Easy to start with, easy to stay with. That's what makes Bergie the comfortable beer. The fact is, I couldn't have said it better myself. So, folks, the next time you get a good thirst going, pop open one of those king-size cans of Bergie and pour yourself a tall, tingling, cold glassful. Then settle back and drench your thirst with real beer refreshment. Bergie, the comfortable beer.
Well, Ken Holtzman goes the distance on a 9-hitter to shut out the Giants 8-0. Holtzman tying his career high with 10 strikeouts, pitching a very fine ball game. Final totals for the Cubs: 8 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 5 runners left on. The Giants: no runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, 7 left. Holtzman, the winner, now 5-1 on the year. The losing pitcher, Ray Sadecki, is now 2-4 on the season. Time of the game, 1 hour and 59 minutes. Paid attendance, 18,572. Now this is Bill Thompson for Russ Hodges and Lon Simmons, reminding you to stay tuned for the Giants Clubhouse, which follows, and inviting you to be back with us tomorrow evening for the Giants-Pirates game from Pittsburgh. Broadcast time, 4:45 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Our engineers today were Rich Smalley and Bob Holmes. The final score again, the Cubs 8, the Giants nothing. So, fans, that concludes another Giants baseball broadcast. Today's game was presented with the best wishes of the people at Pacific Telephone, who remind you, when it comes to communications, we're here to help.